Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and deconstruct the pitch for this really charming-sounding kids show, Tiny Wings, Big Job. We're going to see exactly how they built an entire world from scratch.
Okay, so right off the bat, every great story has to have a heart, right? An emotional core. And for this show, it's all wrapped up in this one beautiful idea. I mean, think about it. This single sentence, it instantly tells them this isn't just some catchy tagline, you guys. This is the entire philosophy of the show, boiled down.
All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty, the show's vitals. First up, the genre. Gentle, educational, fantasy. Now, that's not just fancy talk. It's basically code for, hey, this isn't going to be some loud, crazy cartoon. It signals that it's calm, it's thoughtful, it's, well, parent-approved. The audience? Laser-focused on preschoolers, ages 3 to 6. And check this out. The format. 54 episodes across 4 seasons. That's a huge deal. It screams to the network execs, hey, we've thought this through. This isn't just a one-hit wonder idea. We've got a real plan here.
All right, Section 1, a bee's big idea. So what's the big idea here? Every great pitch needs that one central concept. You know, the seed that everything else grows from. For this show, it all starts with a tiny little hero and a really big thought.
And here he is, meet Buzz. The whole show, literally everything, is built around this one little character. And his journey? It's something we can all relate to, right? That whole figuring out who you are and what you're here for thing. By making our hero a tiny bee, the creators cleverly make this massive, wide world feel manageable and not so scary for a little kid. Now this is where things get really interesting. Let's talk about the educational philosophy. This isn't your typical let's learn our ABCs kind of show. No quizzes, no direct lessons. Instead, the pitch calls it a nature-positive experience. So what does that even mean? Well, the idea is that kids are going to learn about really big concepts like teamwork, nature, community, not because someone is lecturing them, but just by following Buzz around on his adventures. The learning is baked right into the story, like hiding veggies in a smoothie. It's brilliant.
And they don't waste any time showing us how this works. This slide breaks down the very first episode. The pilot, What's My Job, is basically the entire series in a nutshell. So first, Buzz feels small and lost. I mean, what kid hasn't felt that way? Then, the queen gently shows him around the hive. He gets to meet all these other bees with important jobs, the pollinator, the honeymaker, the scout. And by the end, boom, the light bulb goes on. Buzz realizes his own value. And what's so key here is that nobody just hands him a job title. He earns that feeling, that understanding that he too is a tiny hero. It's a really powerful way to start.
Okay, so a great idea is one thing, but you need a world that kids actually want to spend time in, right? So let's dive into the next part, the storybook hive. We're going to see how they build this warm and gentle world from the ground up. So the goal here is pretty clear. Create a world that feels incredibly safe, but also full of wonder. And you can totally see it in the choices they've laid out. The color palette, it's all about those golden, pastel, really inviting tones. Nothing harsh. The textures are described as rounded and cozy. You can almost feel it. They're talking about glowing honeycomb tunnels and huge, oversized flower fields. It's not supposed to be a scary or realistic world. No, this is designed to be like a warm visual hug for a preschool. And of course, a world is just an empty set without characters, right? This isn't the Buzz show, it's all about the community. So you've got Queen Beatrice, who's the wise, reassuring mentor figure. Then there's Flora, the energetic pollinator who's always zipping around. You've got Nectarine, the careful, nurturing honeymaker. And Pollen, the brave little scout. See what they're doing? Each character represents a different kind of personality, a different way to be a part of the team. It shows Buzz, and all the kids watching, that everyone has something valuable to offer. Okay, world, check. Characters, check. But here's the million-dollar question from the network. It's all about proving the show has legs. And here we have a really clever piece of strategy. The core principle is growth without aging. Let's unpack that. It means Buzz is going to grow up emotionally. He'll get more confident, more capable, but he's not actually going to get older. He's not going to have a birthday and suddenly be a teenager bee. Why is that so important? Well, it's genius, really. It lets the character have a real, meaningful arc, but he stays a little kid, just like the audience. He's always relatable, whether you're 3 or 6. And this timeline just lays it all out, crystal clear. Look at this progression. Season 1, all about finding your place. Season 2, he moves from just watching to actually helping out, teamwork. Season 3, he starts growing more confident, doing things on his own. And then, by Season 4, our little guy has come full circle. He becomes a leader in his own quiet way, understanding the impact he has. What this shows a network is that this isn't just a vague idea. Nope, it's a complete, satisfying journey that's already been thought through from beginning to end.
Okay, so we've seen the creative side, the heart of the show. But now, we gotta talk business. This is the final, and you could argue the most critical part, making the business pitch. How do you take all this amazing creativity and convince someone to write a very large check for it?
And it all boils down to this one question. This is what every single network executive is thinking. It's not just, is this a cute story? It's, is this a smart bet for us? Is this a good investment? The pitch has to totally shift gears here and prove that all this creative gold is also a business gold mine.
So how do they answer that question? With 4 rock-solid business arguments. Let's break them down. 1. Complete foundation. They've got 54 episodes mapped out. For a network, that means way less risk. They know what they're buying. 2. Format friendly. The stories are designed to work anywhere, on regular TV, on a streaming app, you name it. 3. Preschool safe energy. This is huge. In a world of loud, chaotic kids content, a calm, reassuring show is exactly what parents are looking for. And finally, 4. Global relatability. A story about community, nature, finding your place, that's going to resonate with kids and parents everywhere, from Ohio to Osaka. See? These aren't just creative choices, they are massive selling points.
And really, that's the big takeaway from all this. A good idea? That's just the ticket to get in the door. A successful pitch takes that idea and builds an entire, thought-out world around it. It's got the character journey, it's got the visual style, and it's got a rock-solid business plan. It's that perfect blend of art and commerce.